Hey y'all, Meredith here with Peak Performance, and today we are talking about squat tech. Hey y'all, Meredith here with Peak Performance, and today we are talking about technique for the bench press. So, whenever we go to set up for the bench press, our three key points of contact are our feet, which need to be on the ground. They can be up on our toes or flat, our hips, and our upper back. So, whenever we go to set up, ideally, if we can, we want a spotter, especially to help with unracking and re-racking our weights. If we don't have one, we just want to make sure that we've got the bar in a good position to unrack. So we want to make sure we've got a pretty good bend in the elbows whenever we go to unrack the bar. When we set up on the bench, we want to think about, can be either feet flat or up on our toes. We want to make sure we've got a good arch in our back. You never want to have your back totally flat on the bench. It's going to limit how much force you can put through the bar, but then it's also going to change the angle at which your shoulder is functioning. It makes it a little bit more like a decline press. So it makes it more advantageous and makes you less likely to pinch some structures in your shoulder. So while we're here, we want to think about squeezing our shoulder blades down and back and keeping that nice back arch. We want to think about squeezing our glutes. And then whenever we go to unrack here, we're going to think about imagining that we're trying to break the bar in half. So I'm going to grip the bar really tight. Think about trying to break it. What that's going to do is it's going to swing my elbows in a little bit, and it keeps them in a better position. The worst position you can end up in is where those elbows are straight out by your sides. Then we're a lot more likely to get some impingement in the shoulders, and we also don't have good activation of our rotator cuff or scapular stabilizers. So when we're here, thinking about trying to bend the bar or break it in half, we want to make sure that comes from the shoulders, keeping our core nice and tight. We're gonna unrack. Now when we go to lower the bar, we want to keep a pretty nice neutral wrist. If we need to have a little bit of extension, it's okay. But we still want to make sure we're keeping that tension in our back and shoulders. We're going to come down, try and make a nice straight bar path, and we're aiming for about nipple line as far as where to hit on the chest. So we want it to be nice and slow and controlled. We want to try and go through full range of motion if we're able to. And we want to make sure we're keeping those shoulders engaged throughout the entire lift. Typically, if you get any kind of pinching in your shoulders, the problem comes in when you lose that control of your rotator cuff and of your scapular stabilizers. So we want to make sure we're really thinking about trying to break that bar in half. If you're lifting alone, you never want to use collars. That way, if you do get stuck, you can dump the weight. If you're lifting with someone, use collars. It's a little bit safer then. So if you're having any kind of shoulder problems or upper back problems or neck problems that are giving you troubles with your bench press, give us a call at Peak Performance. We'd love to help you get back to pain-free lifting. Thanks.